What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Showtime. It's Blaze of King, Myth King's Critiques, and we're finishing this show today. And then I will get to editing everything. But we go with the actual caveats that I do try to pay mind to because this here red platform. So, number one, if the video is shorter than intended, blame YouTube for that because they don't know how copyright works because they have an AI check everything. Which brings to the question of, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, their AI checking everything doesn't completely destroy and demolish 99% of their users. Though, if it does, they're going to change their minds really fucking quick. Because here's the thing. If you smash and destroy most of your viewer base, you're going to change your mind on things. You know, that's why I keep saying when the collective shout thing hits Korea, they're going to fail, and they're going to drop, and they're going to quit. Because Korea, Japan, you know, the places that make anime, video games, gacha games specifically, all these places that are like, we're going to test the boundaries of adult-like activities. You don't think they're going to push back? No. See, shows like this is one example of what I mean. Like, you think Collective Shout would be okay with this kind of show? No, they're a bunch of fucking assholes and don't want people to have fun and watch horror or thriller or images of people getting hurt or sexualized or any of that. Meanwhile, anime, video games made from Asia, all of them say people can lick their nuts. But I dragged on a little bit too long with the first caveat, didn't I? Just to go over this whole collective shout nonsense again, didn't I? It is what it is, and the people from that place can, well. Anyway, second caveat, as usual, would be if you have anything to talk about with the episode, is highly encouraged and appreciated, because it's good for the algorithm for the sake to leave a comment to converse with myself or other people, or just to express your thoughts and opinions. As well, it's always appreciated to at least leave the video running, hit the like button, subscribe, and all of that good stuff, because it's also great for the algorithm. And that all being said, instead of drawing on with the topic of this, or those annoying collective shout people, let's just get to the episode and continue to do things as we do day by day, and hope that this nonsense gets put to an end before it actually affects people more than it already has. Actually, we didn't even go over the last episode. Sorry, I got too caught up in the whole, suicide awareness and collective shout annoyanceness, because really, I'm sorry, the whole topic is annoying as hell. The last episode was honestly the most confusing episode we've had so far, where Azuma was going to go simp mode for Shizuka's sake, and then his brother caught him on the way out, and then they had a whole, wholesome, meaningful conversation between the two of them, and then it ended off saying that one of them took responsibility for what happened, but it never went over which one. It went over the fact they were still going to Tokyo, so is Azuma not going with them? Or was it the brother that took over for Azuma and admitting that, and Azuma is joining them? It sounded like he was not. So, was it both of them? Was it one of them? What happened? I'm still kind of confused about that, and I hope they cover that at least. I will say, though, if after all of this she does actually go to meet her father, and then the end resolution is that Chappie is not with him and actually did get put down, I'm going to renounce that Ricky guy for telling me to come back to the show, because, the episodes since that bitch went down have been entertaining to a point. But man, listen, I don't think my heart could take coming back to the show and they put the dog down. I don't think my heart could take it. I think that post that gets mentioned in the beginning of every episode, I think that might actually be a stronger presence in my mind if the show ends like that. I'm just saying. Okay, but let's also break away for a secondary thought. Not only think about Chappie if he's actually there or not, but what if the dad is also an asshole? Because, while he seems really cool in theory, every adult in this show has been a complete dickwad. So, will he kind of fall into place with the rest of that? Or is he actually going to be as cool as he seemed to be? And he has another child. Awkward! Not only does he live somewhere else, but he found a new wife and has a new child. Oh no, his life reset. 2 new kids since the... Damn! And that one looks almost as old as she is! Bro. Was his wife a whore before he left her? Because, like, that one is pretty old, so, like... Was he cheating on her too when she was a whore? So they were, like, both on the fucked up end of the equation? Because, like, I'm not going to peg too much on him being an asshole yet. Because, like, regardless on the why he left his wife, I'm assuming it's because she became a whore before they were divorced. He definitely started a new life not too long after leaving her. Meanwhile, Shizuka's standing there like, what did I just walk into? I was not expecting this. And where's my dog? I don't have Chappie, what do you mean? So, the horror of a mother lied. Gee, go figure. And hopefully the dog didn't actually have anything bad happen to it, and hopefully it is just like in some sort of captivity. Which means she also just wasted a lot of time because her horrible mother couldn't be honest. Gee, who would have thought? A prostitute lying to people. That ain't no Chappie, that a little frou-frou dog. Cute little thing, but... Wow, okay, yeah, her dad is a piece of shit too. Damn, why is every... Like, this is like Charlie Brown, man. All the adults are just pieces of shit. Meanwhile, Shizuka's currently thinking, so my dog might not be safe. My father's an asshole too. Wow, cool how I'm like 100 feet off the ground, right? Okay, that's fucked up to say, but... Oh? Her theorizing that they ate the dog is... Okay, I'm not gonna say the other thing I was just thinking of, but it's also kind of fun. Like, really killing Marina did kind of like open up a whole new path for her, didn't it? I'm not gonna say like killing Marina was a bad thing. That was honestly the best point of the whole show so far. But bringing Shizuka to this kind of point, little crazy. Shizuka-chan, we're not gutting the children. Not these ones. I don't think he has anything like that. Like, no, really. How could this go from cheering for one child's death to her wanting to harm other children and stuff all the time? Like, damn. She really got a taste of blood and liked it. Because, like, so far, Marina and maybe a majority of the adults are really the only ones that deserve any violent thought towards them. You know, I do feel for Takopi in this instance, but I also will say I'm a dumbass for not, like, rewinding time once more and then killing Marina before she had a chance to do anything. So that way at least the dog was still definitely there. Just saying, like, he definitely waited till the last minute. And, like, I'd be more upset about not finding the dog, but at least Marina is gone, and again, vindication. It would still have been a much happier ending and a much more well-deserved smile by the end to see Chappie come back home and her be genuinely happy. You know, Bully's dead, dog's back, mom's an irrelevant cunt. Sure, Azuma took himself out by going to juvie or whatever, I think. Still not confirmed on that. But at least she has her dog. It seems like that might not be the case. Or it might. In the next episode, she might go back to, you know, where she's actually from and be able to get her dog back. I don't know. Didn't we just discover that that can't carry much weight? Because the boy couldn't have weighed more than 80 pounds, I swear. Wait, this happened once before? Something happened to Takopi before that was similar to this. Oh. Is she gonna try and kill him? This all happened before? Or did that cunt discover him first in a previous life? Okay, great, now I'm more confused. Like, I know he's flashing back to, like, a previous timeline he went through. Which... Great, this episode's probably going to be aggravating because it has to deal with this stupid cunt. But as long as it doesn't show any of her mistreating Shizuka, then it should be fine, right? Okay, so she was a piece of shit even at this time, though. So, based on the look on her face, maybe in this timeline her mother actually did do the thing. Nope, she's just an angry, depressed bitch like usual. Also, we see the topic they're talking about up there, right? That stupid ignorance that was like the initial wave of the hell we're going through nowadays. Yeah, good job, guys. Good job. Oh, wait, do we get to have a majority of this episode be seeing her get beaten? Because that would be so therapeutic and cathartic. She just keeps saying her name, but not really asking for anything. Like, I get being completely depressed for miscellaneous reasons, but like, honestly, I'm gonna just say the open base take right now of like maybe if she were a better wife, her husband wouldn't be seeing a whore. Like, can we just start with that fact? Because like, listen, men go to cheat in general because they're assholes. Men go to fuck prostitutes both because they're assholes and their wives aren't good. Like, it's not always just because. I mean, yeah, there are times where it's just the asshole part, but more often than not, it's also because the wife's kind of shitty for reasons. You know, could be as simple as like not feeling sexual needs, because like that's a based ass take in marriage from what I've heard, or it could be just like not doing anything except for shit directed towards the child, which men get jealous of a lot. I'm going to say that's a base take because, listen, you have a kid and she's supposed to do that. Now, granted, if the things are completely neglected, I see where the upsetness comes from. But do you need to visit a prostitute? No. Oh, yeah. You know, I still go back to the thought process, though, and maybe if Marina had just taken out her mother this whole time, or taken out the father, Shizuka's mother, maybe things wouldn't have been so bad in her life either. Like, I'll play the pity cards toward that stupid cunt for a minute. If she had taken out either of her parents or Shizuka's mother, her life would have been better. Like, yeah, Shizuka might have been left home alone, but like, 90% of anime characters are living alone, so like, will it really make a difference? You know, this little cunt go kill her mother instead? Now sneak into Shizuka's house in the middle of the night and instead of trying to take out Chappie, just like drug the mother, you know, something like that. Just saying. This is not supporting that kind of thing either. However, if you are a kid in this similar situation, well, not a kid, but you know, yeah, have someone you know in a similar situation. I'm not, you know, pushing the idea of harming somebody per se, but I am saying do not harm the person that has absolutely nothing to do with it. How about you just not drink so you're as equal of a piece of garbage as your husband? Thoughts? Okay, but like, y'all realize what I said an episode or two ago, right? About her, like, letting herself fall apart, not only mentally, but physically? Because she definitely did. Like, she looked like she had herself together at some point in the past, but when her husband went to be a piece of shit, she kind of let herself fall apart, and that's also something that does not help the equation. I think I can start uploading shit to Patreon again today. I should try that after this. Oh no, what a shame. See, him going over the whole, oh, you're beating me up because you want to be like your mother. That should have made it click in her head at this timeline. Because in this timeline, maybe she was, like, redeemable. I doubt it, but maybe. Maybe in this timeline she was salvageable. She was savable. Unfortunately, I'm guessing he failed. Maybe, like, he tried his best and she tried to kill him as Shizuka's about to do right now. So, yeah, hopefully this clears up, at least answers pertaining to Takopi, because, like, maybe Takopi's original sin wasn't killing Shizuka, it was whatever happened during the timeline with, or isn't killing Marina, my bad. Did I just predict the future? Maybe. Isn't killing Marina, but whatever happened with Marina. And again, not a single goddamn thing I'm going to say in the next 10 minutes is going to leave me for any sort of pity for her. Marina was a piece of garbage, and what she got, she deserved. I'm going to stand by that. She is 9. Yeah, no, why wouldn't it be him? And now all of a sudden it's a bright, happy atmosphere between the two of them since she started seeing Ozma. They're 9, how are they dating? They were legitimately talking about that fucking cancerous shit. Why does anime have to bring up, man? Let the shit go. It was barely, a thing that mattered when it happened. Yes, a lot of people did actually have things happen to them because of it. Yes, it is actually a disease. But listen, I'm still on that board that says it wasn't nearly as serious as people say. Because there were at least 2 confirmed cases where, I was a branching part of where I heard that things happened and then they said it was that. So, like, what I can say is, can't wait to see what they come up with in 28. What was I talking about? So they were talking about that long beforehand. It is kind of sad to see them actually give her some sort of redemption arc. It's failing, but it's kind of strange to see them trying it. And, like, depending on what point of the timeline this was in, it is nice to see she could have been redeemed at some point. Unfortunately, Takopi did not remember this timeline, therefore he was not able to be of help. Unless this timeline came after Shizuka killed him, and that's where we're currently at. But he also was remembering the look in Shizuka's eyes when she was about to take him out. So, this is just another confusing episode so far. Still not taking back any amount of hate I have for this stupid little bitch, but... Okay, yeah, see, the timeline... Weird, because, like, Shizuka tried to off herself because of Marina, so, like, did somebody else cause that desire at this timeline? Was somebody else bullying Shizuka? Did she do it for something even before the Chappie thing? Damn. Azuma literally just had the whole fucking meme of the girl walking by the couple. Damn. Like, even if this was a completely different timeline, that would at least be a little bit more understandable of a reason for Marina to get pissed off. Because, like, even at the age of 9, jealousy is a real thing. I can very much speak on that because, like, high key, I've mentioned the girl I had a crush on as a kid a few times. High key, I kind of had an incident happen in elementary school that caused my life to go off course. But, like, yeah. So I can't really say jealousy didn't exist at 9. And I even would have given more credit for Marina being a cunt in this instance instead of the thing that had nothing to do with Shizuka. It's crazy for him to be paying that much attention to the transfer student. Like, yeah, I know that's anime cliche as a whole, but, like, come on. I'm trying to think of a way to explain this that's not weird. Actually, no, I can't. I can't even think of a. I was gonna try and argue the point, but listen, even imagining, the two of them proper, more adult, high school, college age, that kind of thing, to see, visual, mentally what they could have been like appearance wise, I still think Shizuka would theoretically be the better looking one as more of an adult age. Like, talking in that aspect, in that prospect, yeah, honestly, I gotta be honest about that. Like, Marina would probably still be fine, but I do feel like blonde chicks in anime really do seem to be, like, extremely similar one way or the other. And that's not just because of how artists draw. It just really is regardless of what you're watching, what company you're watching from. A lot of blonde chicks in anime do look pretty much the same. Well, except for our goddess. But aren't you in elementary school? Like, aren't you guys 9? Are you, like, fresh middle schoolers in this timeline? Confusing as hell. Man, you're saying that in front of your, childhood girlfriend? Rude. Oh, that probably went well. He breaks up with her the day that her mother actually gives some effort towards something. and then the mother probably fucking snaps again. The look on her face is anticipating sheer terror. Which in this timeline, she does not deserve. Meanwhile, while Takopi's gone to check on Azuma, who's meeting up with Shizuka in this timeline, Marina's admitting to her mother that he broke up with her, and Mother's about to... Probably. That really is just the look of anticipating something bad to come out of her mouth so she can reel into her. Or she can lie and say she broke up with him for some reason and not have a good explanation. And that's going to make the mother snap. Yep, there it is. Well, yes, actually. Like, I think of everything in this timeline, that's the first statement that one of them has made I'm going to fully agree with. Is the mother is just terrible. Like, if the mother wasn't so bad, Marina wouldn't have become the stupid cunt she did in the actual timeline. So, factual statements right there. Okay, I will say, though, regardless on age, I just need to find somebody that'll tell me that. I'm just saying. Like, somebody that will get that close to me and actually tell me that in actuality. Like, yeah, ignore the whole what's about to happen to Marina. Who cares about her? She's a bitch anyway. But, like, I just need somebody to, like, get close to me, tell me that, and, like, actually, like, make me believe it. Unlike all these, you know, people on TikTok and Twitter and stuff, they're always like, oh, yeah, you wake up today. You did your best. You are amazing. You are cool. You are awesome. You did all you can do. Fuck that opinion. Like, really, generic, blanket, you did your best statements are the most despicable thing on the planet. Because, like, yeah, it's positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement is not good to give everybody. A lot of people don't deserve positive reinforcement. You wouldn't want to give positive reinforcement to Marina's family, would you? No, you wouldn't. Again, yeah, it is kind of your fault there, Mama. But you torturing your daughter kind of leaves things in a horrible place. And other timelines branched off and became much worse for her. I think. Ooh, do we get to see her dead body in 2 different timelines? That'd be more cathartic. Like, I will double up and say she didn't quite deserve it in this timeline. But, honestly, after all the emotional anguish in the first episode and a half, I'm sorry, I'm still gonna call it cathartic. Oh. Damn, she turned it on her mother? I was not expecting that. Though, I will say, in all legitimate fashion, had she just done this to begin with, she probably never would... Okay, well, she probably still would have turned her aim at Shizuka eventually. But I will double down and say in this timeline, maybe Shizuka would have actually deserved the bullying. Maybe not the attempted murder or the dog thing. But the bullying, 100%. Like... I don't blame teenage girls who, like, torture other girls for stealing their boyfriends or potential boyfriends. I won't blame any of that kind of thing. So, like, if it had just been simple bullying in this timeline, that would have been understandable. However, she didn't take her mother, father, or Shizuka's mother out in the actual timeline, or at least the timeline we began to be seeing. So, frankly, she took out the problem. See, even she's admitting it. I should have done it years ago. No, okay, so this is, like, further ahead than the timeline we were seeing. So this is, like, middle school. Because, like, the timeline we were seeing was elementary school. This is, like, middle school. So, like... Takopi was in a further ahead timeline during this portion, and he, like, went back and met Shizuka instead, and that's where all that other nonsense happened instead of this moment. But, like, honestly, I'm just saying, like, instead of her idea now, maybe Marina could have, like, killed her mother... because her mother was the one causing all the problems. And she could live with her father and made things better. Excuse me if you heard that. Or went and killed Shizuka's mother. Because not like Shizuka ever saw her mother anyway. She probably was barely paying rent, and then Shizuka could have, just lived alone by herself and had her dog, and then Marina could have, still bullied her but not wanted to kill her. Honestly, I think that probably would have been the better timeline, is for Marina to have killed Shizuka, or Shizuka's mother. Duh, she already tried to kill Shizuka. And, that was kind of the whole fucking problem with the show. Regardless, though, she could have, turned her direction at Shizuka's mother to begin with, and that would solve 90% of the problems. Well, see, your mom's a piece of shit, just like you're a piece of shit in some timeline, even if not the current one for the most part. So does she try to kill him, or does he suggest the ability to go back in time, and that's where all this other shit went? What? He's about to take off in a ship? Wait, what? Oh. So wait, what? His original goal was what happened of her hanging herself, and then he regretted it and went back? Did he get amnesia and forget? Okay, no, see, I was left confused at the end of the last episode, and now I'm left even more confused. Well, in this timeline, she also kind of deserved it for even giving Takopi the wish for doing that. Okay, he's admitting to his home planet that he wants to go back in time to kill somebody, and they were okay with it apparently. Okay, now it makes sense why he forgot his mission. Yeah. Okay. So apparently there is a rule against killing people. So the Grandmaster Mother, whatever, was like, okay, so is that what you desire? No, you will go back to planet Earth, but you're not going to remember as to why, and you're not going to be allowed to come back. Honestly, the human he was in charge of was a sniveling little toad girl, so... No. It's not to anything. The human you were in charge of long term was a piece of shit, so now you get to go back and help somebody who deserves it. Even though you fucking fail at it for several attempts. Yeah, and you forgot the fact of trying to help that stupid bitch. Did you remember in that instance that you were supposed to help her out? Although she outrightly did not deserve it. Because, how are you going to go back in time to help somebody kill somebody and that be your goal, to make somebody smile? I understand if that somebody that she wanted him to kill was, an actual problem causer. But really, it's just her wanting her own greedy first world problems. Oh no, bitch stole the boy I liked. Oh no, bitch's mother is causing my parents to get divorced. Oh no. Well, here's a thought, sweetheart. Why don't your first attention be the mother that's causing the main issues, and then turn your direction to general bullying for the boy thing? So in the moment where she's trying to kill him, his memories got unlocked? Or did he remember at some other point? The most untrue statement in the whole anime up until the point after Marina dies. Then maybe it's a little true. But, until what deserved to happen happened, Shizuka was just an innocent girl. And, well, then she might have turned a little sociopathic. But, she just wanted her dog, man. This is literally John Wick, but children. Okay, maybe not literally, because there's not as many children dead as there could have been. But, my point is, she wanted her dog back, and people died for it. My exact point I keep going back to is what he's remembering. I'll clean that up at some point. Honestly, though, Azuma's based as hell for saying that, though. I genuinely had that opinion about Takopi to begin with. I still kind of have that opinion about Takopi. But, at least he gained some sort of a brain to take Marine out at the point of the timeline when he did. Why does everybody have that psychotic look in their eye? The fucking one eye fully open and the other, half going, So, episode 6 should be up by now, and theoretically I should try to record it. So, I'll check something I have to check, and then maybe just record that, because it should be up by now, but, this episode was more confusing than what happened with Azuma and his brother. Legitimately. Because, I know we're gonna have episode 6 in a minute here, but can we piece this together real quick? Because, like, we started with timeline 1, right? The timeline where he met Shizuka, offered to help, all that stuff, and then eventually Shizuka, killed herself because of the Chappie thing. And in theory, if he remembered the reason why he went back in the first place, that would have been it, and he would have accomplished his goal, right? As like, annoying and much of a piece of shit as that makes Takopi too. But instead, he went back, lost his memories. Shizuka gained his trust and friendship, so like they strung along. He helped her in multiple instances, and they still didn't fail to keep Chappie with her, but at least they took out the main problem in that stupid cunt Marina. However, that went further on ahead for Shizuka to lose her fucking mind to try and get her dog back, which, again, based and understandable, very John Wick mentality. And it's still not confirmed whether or not the dog is safe. I'm crossing my fingers for that, otherwise me continuing to watch all of this really was just for the vindication of watching Marina die at least once. So, like, at this current point in time that from when he went back to recollect, is he about to die at Shizuka's hands? Was he able to go back a little bit somehow to, like, save himself? Was he able to escape her hitting him with that rock? Like, what is the current timeline at the series finale? That is my question. Like, are we going to start off the episode with her about to hit him with the rock again? And, maybe regretting it, and then they have some sort of discussion about the plans from here on? Or what? I don't know the answer to any of that, but you can let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, because honestly, like, going into episode 6, I'm very confused. Like, it's cathartic to have seen that dumb bitch die twice, but I, at least in the one timeline, can give her a tiny bit of a reason to have been pissed off at that point. Like, middle school age, I completely understand being pissed off at her for, stealing her boyfriend and that. But the rest of it, not her fault. So, like, middle school age, I give Marina the point that maybe she had a reason to be pissed off at Shizuka. Elementary school age, you should have just had the wish to kill the mother instead, and that probably would have stopped the divorce proceedings. Yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know yours, and let me know of any other shows I should check out this season, next season, or in general. Please don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe to the gaming channel in the description, ring both bells like Facebook, follow Twitter, keep updated with things, TikTok, Patreon, get the full animation or all the stuff I upload over here. Hopefully now that's the first of the month, I can upload a couple of things that are in my backed up folder. Go follow on Purple Prime for free, can subscribe, I just said that. Check out, I started a green account, might start streaming there soon so I can, like, get some more stuff, like, binge watched and stuff if it's, like, very long, like multiple seasons or, lots of episodes, that kind of thing. Check out the playlist here, let it run through a conversation with stuff within whatever. Check out the video recommended to you by YouTube here. Or, if you're watching the smaller version, it's the bigger video, see what you missed. Until next time, Ben the Blazer King with King's Critique. Out, that's it for now. Peace.